Hello and welcome to GPCA TV. I'm John Baker and I'm here in Dubai at the annual GPCA Forum. I'm talking now to Markus Steilemann, Chief Commercial Officer of Covestro and one of the speakers at the forum. Well, thank you for being with us today. Before we start talking about Covestro and the transformation that it's undergone, could you just give me your initial perspective on the forum here? What brought you here today?
First and foremost, I was quite impressed already this morning in the hotel lobby to meet so many senior executives, and that's what brought me here, because this is where the industry is really going, this is where the industry meets, and you meet the top executives here, and that is really a very compelling value proposition for this meeting.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And you're presenting here on the theme of transformation, and that's one thing that Covestro's done since it was spun out of Bayer. Could you give a little bit of a feeling as to what's gone on at Covestro?
I think Covestro now being more than 2 years independent, what people mostly might have recognized with Covestro, that the stock price has more than tripled. We started with 24 euros when we were first publicly listed, and now actually yesterday we were slightly above 84 euros. The second topic is we really could fully unleash the potential after we have left our former owner Bayer, because we now have a very focused portfolio of high value polymers, and with this very focused portfolio we are serving key industries like automotive, electrical, electronics, but also construction and furniture sector, and we really have seen that we are now the core portfolio, and that has really given us a lot of power, a lot of flexibility, a lot of freedom to act.
Mm-hmm. And did you have to make a lot of changes to the company, the structure of the company to achieve that?
No, not as of today, because the portfolio as we have it today existed already more than 14 years within the former Bayer group, and we have done a little bit here and there of adjustments, but overall the portfolio was and is pretty stable, and in that sense we did not take a lot of changes. However, there's a few things that are lying ahead of us. Mm-hmm. And those things that are lying ahead of us are directly related, that we are now standalone, that we have an opportunity to innovate for the industries that we are working for, and that we also have the opportunity to get the innovation power of our people really fully unleashed for the benefit of our customers.
So you're talking about sustainability in your presentation here. Could you explain a little bit what that means and what are the issues you have to address?
I mean, there's a few megatrends. If you really look at human mankind that you can see. You can see that we have climate change going on. You can see that we have a continued trend for urbanization, and that also mobility patterns are changing, just to name a few. Mm-hmm. And all of those are fundamentally driven by sustainability. People want to change the way how they produce energy, for example. This is where we have invented a new material that is able to make wind energy, for example, much more comparable and on grid parity, so make it more competitive in terms of producing energy. The other topic is mobility. We are producing lightweight materials that make vehicles more energy efficient, for example. And urbanization also drives a lot of trends that people are asking for more sustainable materials that can either be reused, recycled, or when they are produced have a lower carbon footprint. So from that perspective, we see a lot of opportunities that sustainability is a key source for our innovation activities.
Mm-hmm. We're here in Dubai for the forum. Could you tell me a little bit about Covestro in the GCC region? It's just started producing polyurethanes, for instance. Does that give opportunities for you, even though you're not the producer?
Well, we have major production plants across the world, and the Middle East was and is an important market because we have 350 million customers here. And we particularly see for our corporation these customers in the construction and furniture industry. And here we see particular potential also in the future, because all the states are developing, the Arab countries also undergoing major diversification in the oil industry and trying to go down the value chain, and that will also drive other industries joining this region. And from that perspective we also see good opportunities to grow and develop our business within this region.
Right, and would you have any investment plans here in the longer term?
Well, what we're looking for is that we have a balanced portfolio of plants across the world, and that we also make sure that in terms of our customers we always have the best offers, also in terms of competitive cost positions, And currently we are quite fine with the asset base we're having. And for sure we're always looking at any options, but for the time being, no major investment is planned in the Middle East.
Right. And just going back a little bit, you mentioned the mega trends that affecting sustainability, but what do you see as the key ones, and how do you address those? Is that mainly through innovation?
Absolutely. And when we talk about megatrends, it is important to see where they're really coming from. And sustainability is really on the mind of most of the people. No matter where you look at and no matter what the fundamental driver is, why people believe in sustainability, you can see that it's a growing part of the population across the world that sees that our resources are limited. And I think the chemical industry in particular has the opportunity to contribute to solutions in this regard. And that's why I believe that one of the key megatrends is energy production, and the other topic is mobility. And here we really have key opportunities to contribute as a chemical industry to solve all the huge challenges that are lying ahead of us.
And could you say a little bit about how you can make innovation more effective? Is that sort of down to the customer interactions, or central research, or what?
I think there's numerous aspects to it. One aspect is that you really are always openly collaborate with the entire value chain, because the world and also the solutions that are asked or sought after are more and more complex. So there is not one right answer to all the problems we are currently facing, and that's why collaboration is definitely key. The other topic is what we do internally. We encourage our people to make mistakes. Thomas Alva Edison once said, "I never failed, I just found 10,000 ways how things don't work." And I think that is a very good approach, because you have to fail if you want to be innovative, and that's why we create a culture in our corporation where people are allowed to fail and learn from their failures, and finally then find the right solution and maybe the next breakthrough solution.
Well, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.